Ready?
So this is our treatment presentation for Someday by The Strokes, the song. So our first artist, song, choice and why. So this is a song obviously made by The Strokes, which is an indie rock band. They make music about like a deep meaning, which is something why we chose it, because a song with like a deeper meaning and something you can elaborate upon is really useful. It focuses on the idea of nostalgia, which is something which is a malleable concept, and the idea that nostalgia isn't it's linked to like one time period or one sort of certain thing where you can make nostalgia mean anything you want. So it could be like 10 minutes ago or 6 years ago. So as an idea, that was really malleable for us, so we could link this to our concept and how we wanted to do it. So there was a lot of meaning within this video, but there wasn't too much, if you get what I mean.
The reason why we chose Sunday, some of the idea was what Alfie just mentioned, the idea of nostalgia and going back to better days, and like how if you connect the audience with nostalgia, they can like really link to the film and to the music video and relate to it. Also, it's very accessible to any target audience. So 18 to 35, if we're relating back to almost like the time from they were 18 to 20, most of the target audience will have experienced that, and they will be wanting to search for something which brings them back to the feelings they had during that time. And it also allows us for a more narrative storytelling technique, so that we can almost have a narrative going throughout the music video. However, we can link the narrative to nostalgia and then have shots of the band playing and link it all together to make a cohesive music video.
The concept for the music video, so we have our main ideas, which is like a character which is stood in the rain, and they're going to be playing a musical instrument, and we're going to have sorrow and joy represented in this. So that's going to be from like alternating shots between possible different scenes where you've got, because obviously rain can mean a lot of things, like dancing in the rain or like being sad in the rain. And a dual meaning is depending on how we represent the rain, as I said. So it can mean like really happy, really sad, if it's light, if it's dark, etc. So this is something we've been working on, and we plan to shift between a narrative and an artist representation, which is something we'll talk about later in like inspiration for our video, where you've got a sort of artist playing, like in the John Newman music video, and then you've also got like a narrative story going throughout it. So you've got like a dual bit throughout it, so it's not just like a linear music video and it's more fragmented. We also have nostalgia woven in within this music video, so we might have like old photos be popping up, or old characters, and the idea of like better days, obviously, because it's a big theme of the video. And we plan to use the rain to cast the meaning of sorrow and despair, however also making this happy. As I said, we can like change the meaning of the rain and the mise en scène to something we want to do for our video, and this is a mock-up poster we've made as well. Yeah.
Additionally, our big inspiration for the idea of the rain was the Goo Goo Dolls live performance in Buffalo in 2001, where it's now got over 100 million views, and it's one of like the most well-known live performances of all time, where they tried to cancel the show on them because it started raining. They continued and they played their last song, and it was just like, it's one of the best videos, music videos. Well, now it's used as a music video for their song. So these are some of the influences from other videos which we're trying to incorporate into ours. So Castle on the Hill by Ed Sheeran uses aspect of a narrative. So he's driving home, which is the theme of the song, to go see his friends. However, it like cuts between him being in the car by himself and the nostalgia in the past of him hanging out with his friends at university and at home, and it basically is linking him going back home to the idea of what he had in the past and what he's trying to go back to.
We've also got, as I mentioned, the John Newman music video from Love Me Again, which is a music video where you've got someone, the artist, who's singing on stage, and then you're also cutting between a more narrative piece. So you're cutting between an artist representation and then a narrative-based approach. So this is something we want to replicate within weaving them together, where you can have them in the same sort of physical location, but they're not looking at one another or related to one another. So, and this is again another piece which means you can weave them together. And another music video we've taken inspiration from is Naive by the Kooks, which is a very indie music video. So this is more the fact that visual elements of like overexposure, artist representation and lifestyle, where you've got like smoking, drinking, and this sort of laid back approach to life, which is something where you want to replicate in the indie rock genre. So this is a music video which we've really, again, taken some inspiration from.
So the representation of the people actually within our music video is we're trying to get a very indie and nostalgic vibe. So we're trying to go for darker clothing and like what you think is like rock star, cool and laid back. So like longer hair, like relaxed leather jackets, and kind of just the representation of just like relaxed guys. And it's just trying to make it so that they can be like the average person. It's like even though they're representing as rock stars, it's not like Elton John where he's in like diamond bejeweled like outfits, and it's like trying to be as normal as possible and like representing it as you could be that person. So it's a realistic aim for some people.
And the target audience. So this is something we've done some primary research upon. We came across the idea of the 18 to 34-year-old audience base. That was because this video came out in the year 2000, which is over 25 years ago now, which is when these people grew up. So they grew up around this music, and this is something which resonates the most with this sort of audience base. So the fact that Indian rock genre is central to this song, and Someday by the Strokes of Nostalgia, as I said, so the growing up theme, and they've grown up from when this song came out, which is something which we thought we could target with our song. As well as the age bracket is engaged with this genre due to the fact like the indie rock genre theme is based around that sort of idea, and the tackling of social issues like drugs, addiction, and all these things are experienced like and parallel to what they experience in the modern day. So furthermore, the cultural background due to the fact these groups pose a strong link with the music and the rock and indie culture, and will be focused on the early 2000s punk indie sort of narrative to get our target audience. And these are our social media mock-up pages. So we've got an Instagram page here, which we'll be using for promotion purposes, where you can posting behind the scenes, album covers, and teasers to engage with your audience. And YouTube Shorts, which is that's from the Voodoo Dolls performance, but the idea that you can post snippets from the video to engage with your audience and hook them upon like a 5-10 second clip, so that you will engage them quickly, and you can like it's something which has become so prevalent in the modern day.
And then how we plan to use all of this information and get to our target audience. So as Alfie was saying, we want to use YouTube as our main publishing for the music video, so that can reach as wide of an audience as it can get, and then use the snippets going onto TikTok and Instagram to like boost the engagement, and then using links underneath so that people can use the links on the TikTok and the Instagram Reels and Shorts so that they can go and view the YouTube video. So it just widens the potential audience bracket which we can get to. Also, these smaller clips like allows the audience to get like an idea of what they could potentially see, and then maybe if they like that, then they can go and they can just keep scrolling if they don't like it. So it can reach a way wider audience than if they just see it on YouTube and they can scroll past it really easily. And then also we're looking into posting behind the scenes content on Instagram so that the audience can relate to us more, so that they can see that it's not just this final amazing product, instead that it's like a production throughout, and see how it's developed. And then here's some of the actual promotional material we're thinking about using to engage with our audience more. So we're thinking about digital advertising, since 70% of the people in our age category they make up 70% of the internet. So if we use digital advertising on websites which specifically link to our age group, then that can get some big audience engagement. Additionally, flyers are also one of the best ways of getting return on investment, since they cost pennies to make. However, a single click on YouTube could make that much money back instantly, or if they purchase our album, it can be an infinite return on value just by giving out a few flyers.
Now locations for the project. We plan to shoot this on the Ship Lake site, with Newfield being one of the main locations due to the fact it's so wide in its adaptability. It's like, and we want to use a lot of shots where you're further out and then really close in. And the fact it's such an open space with nature, which is something which really links to the indie genre, where you've got outside and sort of like strange idea where some things maybe don't fit, where you've got like an instrument in the rain in the middle of a field, which seems obscure, but that just seems something we're going to do for this, because obviously the site works perfectly well, it's close, and the open atmosphere is going to be something really useful for this.
That's it. Thank you very much.